Welcome. Welcome to episode 1 of my podcast, Fractured Ink. My name is Diana Dirkby. I'm a writer and mathematician. This podcast will focus on my fiction novels. Let's kick things off with excerpts from 2 of my books. The links to these books on Amazon are given in the episode description, as are the links to my website and social media. The following 3 passages are from The Overlife, A Tale of Schizophrenia, one of my books. Extract 1. It had become too much. The nightmares of my preteen years were coming true now I was 17. My mother demanded and got my total allegiance. It took an enormous amount of effort and time to help her with her struggling mental health and try to protect her from my father. I was showing signs of cracking up, from loss of appetite to excruciating back pain. Extract 2. One day I was in the kitchen carving some cooked roast beef. My father entered the room with an ashen face and seething with anger. Even given all that had gone before, I barely recognized him. He was on the other side of the kitchen table from me. He told me, "This time I mean it. I am going to kill you." He started to move around the table with his arms outstretched. I presumed he wanted to strangle me. I blacked out for a second. When I could see him again, he was closer. Instinctively, I threw the carving knife I held in my right hand at his feet in a move to scare him but not hurt him. Extract 3. I believed that I only needed to look at a person for them to know what I was thinking, and that everywhere I went, people were inserting thoughts into my mind. I was engaged in a silent global debate where the verdict was my complete unworthiness. Everything I thought I had accomplished with my life was a cloud, easily dispersed. Those 3 passages were from my novel, The Overlife, A Tale of Schizophrenia. I'll now quote from another of my novels, 3 Kidnapped, 3 Siblings, 3 Furies. Extract 1. On the 8th day of the disappearance of Mary Bell, Sebastian Ward, and Fred McCarthy, the 3 sets of parents shared disturbing proof that the 3 teenagers had been kidnapped. Overnight, someone had delivered a package containing the clothing their teen had been wearing when they went missing to each of their residences, as well as their broken mobile phones, along with a note and a photo of their child. The note said, "Your kid is with us." Extract 2. 10 days into the disappearances, the horror began. Each of the 3 sets of parents received another package at their doorstep in the middle of the night, containing a DVD, a bag, a photo, and a note. In each bag was a severed tongue. The photo showed Mary, Sebastian, and Fred standing in a row close to one another. Each teenager had their right hand extended with what looked to be a tongue placed on their hand. Their mouths were open, and it seemed they were missing their tongues. Blood was oozing out and around their mouths, which had also painted their white tracksuits crimson. The content on the DVD showed Sebastian Mary, and Fred getting their tongues slit. The note that came with the DVDs said, "Without their tongue, they cannot lie, nor can they hurt others with their words." Extract 3. It had been 7 weeks into the ordeal, a week after Father Lewis had visited the 3 families, when the Wards, the Bells, and the McCarthys received another ransom note. It was on their doorsteps on a Friday morning. It said, "We are the 3 Furies, Alecto, Megara, and Tisiphone, anger, jealousy, and vengeance, from the Greek myths. The siblings of Mary, Fred, and Sebastian need to confess their family relationships fully. If they do, and we are satisfied with their accuracy, we will let your kidnapped children go. We want Father Lewis and Isabel Morse to run the confession interviews. We want them transcribed accurately into a written text. Each family will leave the written confessions of their children on their doorstep in 10 days. More precisely, the confessions must be on your doorsteps by 1 a.m. on the Monday after the next one. If you fail to accomplish this task, we will take Mary's vocal cords, Fred's feet, and Sebastian's testicles. If you succeed in accomplishing what we ask, we will return your kidnapped teens intact. They will remember the amputations and their pain and fear, but they won't have to live with them. These are the only 2 alternatives we envisage, and there will be no negotiation. You have this one chance to get it right. Think about what we have amputated so far, what we threaten to do as hints at what you need to get out of the sibling confessions. Think also who we are. Ask Isabel. These were 3 passages from my novel, 3 Kidnapped, 3 Siblings, 3 Furies. My name is Diana Dirkby. In this podcast, Fractured Ink, we'll talk about novels, including mine, written through the prism of serious family challenges. For example, I live with schizophrenia, complex PTSD, and absence epilepsy, and the 2 novels I quoted from reflect this. My books, though fiction, draw from my personal experiences and those of other people I have known well. We'll discuss serious family challenges from a subjective and objective point of view. Let me tell you a little more about this podcast and myself. This podcast is a sequel to my audio podcast, Schizophrenia as I Live It, where you will find a lot of information about how I experience schizophrenia. There is still a lot left unsaid, so living with schizophrenia will be part of this podcast too. This podcast, Fractured Ink, will have audio and video versions. The audio version can be found on the many platforms where Schizophrenia as I Live It was published. And I will keep Schizophrenia as I Live It live so you can refer to it. The new podcast, Fractured Ink, video version, will be posted on my YouTube channel, Diana Dirkby Writes. I have written 2 published novels, The Overlife, A Tale of Schizophrenia, whose title I'll abbreviate to The Overlife, and 3 Kidnapped, 3 Siblings, 3 Furies, whose title I'll abbreviate to 3 Siblings. Both are available as Kindle books and paperbacks. The Overlife is also an audiobook that can be found on Audible. The audiobook, 3 Siblings, is nearly complete. For an extensive presentation of these books and access to my blog and my podcast, you can refer to my website, dianadirkbywrites.com. My Instagram account, dianadirkby_writings, my Facebook page, Diana Dirkby Writings, my X account, Diana Dirkby, and my YouTube channel, Diana Dirkby Writes. You'll find links to the novels, my website, and my social media in the episode description. The Overlife is about a mother and daughter both living with paranoid schizophrenia. 3 Kidnapped, 3 Siblings, 3 Furies is about sibling abuse. Though fiction, they closely follow my experiences and those of people I know well. They are also good stories. independent of focusing on the problematic issues that they treat. Diana Dirkby is a pen name. I worked for many years as a research mathematician in France, publishing under my real name, Paula Tretkov. I chose a pen name to avoid confusion between the publications of my two careers, mathematician and writer. With my spouse, I now divide my time between Texas and Alaska, the latter inspiring the virtual background in this video. This podcast will focus on my mind, fractured by schizophrenia, complex PTSD, and absence epilepsy, and how that fracturing affects the ink on the final version of the pages I write for publication. Hence the title of the podcast series, Fractured Ink. I will also discuss other authors in a similar situation. Let me end this episode by saying thank you for listening and or watching.